Hey Dan, so I'm responding to your video from today, the 21st of June, Friday. We've got today and tomorrow is just raining, and then mixed with really heavy rain, mixed with massively heavy rain. 2 days, river's going to be going back up. They're expecting it back up to almost 16 feet. It was 18 and a half feet at its crest last year. And it's June. I mean, it's not even like this is, spring runoff. It's quite something. A lot of rain out there. So I'm really responding to you. Like I said, I'm responding to your video. So let's get started. I got a big list. Golf, schmalf. Next subject. The gout meds. Man, you're right. That's kind of a cluster. But unfortunately, it sounds about like, I'm not sure how they could do it differently and yet still, for the pharmacists, make sure that they are getting the right drug to the right people, and they have to get paid, right? I mean, it's just like, if you want to know, like with this friend, you want to know you're going to get paid before you let people stay there, and not just hope that, their company, if like with these Polish contractors, are going to pay for it. Yeah, you want to know that ahead. So, I get it. I understand why it's so complex. I'm glad you didn't have to spend $700. And I think the solution of giving you double the 100 milligram, that they actually were willing to come up with that. I mean, that's pretty funny. So I'm glad of that. Good for you. I hope it's actually working. And that you don't have any gout flare-ups. But if you do, you can go stick your feet into that stream river that runs by camp, because that's nice and cold. In fact, you might just want to do that anyway. That's how you should make a video. You and Isaac should go and park your behinds in that thing. So your friends, what I refer to as the 7-year Cicadafornians, who only come above ground and appear to you every 7 years. Now, granted, I guess you could have went and visited them had you really wanted to. I did look up the Baker City Challenge, Baker City, whatever it is, race, but I could not find, there's no results yet for 2024, not even today's stage. I'm guessing probably because as of right now, it's still going on, maybe. I don't know. How's the weather out there? Hopefully not too hot. Here, like I said, just 2 days of rain. It's going to be in the low 80s and 70s, so pretty ideal, I think. So, but if camp is true to form, it's going to be 95 degrees and dry, which, man, if that's your jam, great. Euros, yes, I have been following the Euros. Every day I've been watching the highlights. There's no team really blowing anybody out. I think Germany won by a lot in their first match, but not that many. They won by one, and one goal in the second match, maybe. And yeah, I understand. I agree. England just looks out of sorts, and they have such great players, but they're just, I don't know. It's like they can't come together and play as a team. I don't think Harry Kane does much for the team. I know he's skilled. I just don't think he adds. I don't know. Maybe he does. He did score a goal, so that's something. And then Foden is trying too hard. He's trying to do too much. It's like he doesn't think that if he passes the ball, that they'll have a better chance of scoring than if he just tries to dribble through 4 people and shoot. And he is skilled, but not that skilled. Portugal, very difficult to root for a team that has Ronaldo and Fernandes. Enough said. Messi's an aged morsel. And yes, I watched which match? Well, just their first match there where they played, whoever they played, and they played in Atlanta. First of all, they complained, Argentina, including Messi, complained vehemently about the pitch, that the grass was horrendous. And of course it's brand new sod, and Americans, we have got a long way to go on pitch preparation. You can ask Rob and Ryan about that when they had to deal with that in Wrexham. It's not as simple as it appears. And you can't just throw down a bunch of sod and expect for it to somehow stick, you know what I mean, or not be lumpy or something. But I've also noticed Messi in past World Cups where sometimes he's just fizzless. You know what I mean? It's like somebody's left the cap off of his soda pop a little too long. And yeah. So hopefully he gets better as the tournament goes. The U.S., I did watch their match with Colombia, and they were woeful at best. My biggest frustration was the number of times individual Americans tried to dribble through players as if somehow these players weren't as skilled, if not more skilled, than they were. And it's just they can't. They seem to feel like they can just play like they do in the U.S. when they're playing, you know, the lesser mortals. But you know, on the international stage, you can't. You gotta be. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm sure you know. There's gotta be discipline. You can't just go out and showboat and then expect your pocket not to get picked. I mean, one of the goals was exactly that. Guy tries to dribble through. He loses the ball. Drives down, passes it, goal. But you're right, against Brazil, significantly better. But again, it's hard because Americans, I don't think, have enough. Some of them do, certainly. You know, Reyna, you know, what's his name? You know, the other American. And then the goalkeeper, he plays in Premier League. But I just don't think they have enough international experience such that they don't get intimidated. And anyway, we'll see. Isfren, yeah, man, I completely understand. Having had Mugby for 22 years, I understand what it's like to have you have a business. And you are thousands of miles away and you're trying to manage it. And yeah, when you said in your video that you're going to be offline for a week, I thought, I don't know how the hell you're going to do that. And then you followed it up with, but I'm going to go into town, and I think you need to, just to make sure. I mean, it's like you've in a sense started a new business for you guys. And you've opened your doors, and then you flew thousands of miles away, and now we're going to go to camp for a week. That's hard because there's all sorts of things that are going to go wrong that first time. I mean, you know, in retrospect, probably opening it, having renters while you were staying somewhere else nearby so that you could figure out exactly the things that are going to go wrong or the kind of things that are going to go wrong. You don't have a property manager, do you? And I'm curious as to why somebody who lives there in Carnarvon who can actually deal with these issues as they come up. I know it's going to cost you money, but, you know, yeah, it's, yeah, the plumbing issue, you know, you didn't give me enough information to know exactly when you said the plumbing didn't work. It looked like it was working plenty good to me in that picture. So when they flushed the toilet, where'd the shit go? Did it just go right out of that pipe into the back patio? So, and why did the renters think it wasn't working if it was going right out of that pipe? Like I said, it looks like it was working fine to me. In terms of being inside the bathroom, it would work just fine, right? Maybe they also turned the water off. Maybe that's something. Anyway, tell me why it wasn't working. And then, let's see. Hold on, got another page here. Oh, are they going to replace the windows before they take the scaffolding down? Is that something they're still going to be doing? and that's yet to come. Just curious. And oh, here we go back. No. Smokers. That's a tough one because you can end up with a long list of you shall not, you shall not, you shall not, you shall not, which is kind of oppressive, you know what I mean? And there's no real way to handle the neighbors. I mean, and you could push back and say, well, what's wrong with smoking out front? I mean, certainly they're allowed to smoke, right? Because the problem is that they can't smoke and they don't feel comfortable smoking outside. You know where they're going to smoke. They're going to just open a window and smoke in the room. And it's tough because they're going to complain about them smoking out front. Then they're going to complain about them parking and leaving things. And then they're going to complain about them loitering on the back porch and being loud and drinking. And then they're going to complain, you know what I mean? That's a tough one. And this is why I don't own pets. Full camp, that's great. 130, you said? 170, 150, 195 people at camp. That should be a good time. Any of your kids coming? Taryn, I'm guessing. Anybody else? Gareth and Heidi, no. I would bet no. Bryn and Alex, probably not, but maybe. Carew and Bryn? Carew and Beth? Esther? Probably no. Taryn, yes. Okay. But that's going to be good. So, but because you're going into town every day, you can still watch my videos, and then you can make a video as you're driving back to camp. So there's my solution for you. Let's see. Oh, swimming. I want to talk quick about swimming. So here's a video that I shot this morning that actually Ali shot for me this morning. So you'll see a couple of things in this video. One is you'll see my turnover rate is a little faster than it was in Estonia. The second thing is you'll see 2-beat kick. And what that means is for every time I pull with my arm, the leg on the same side kicks down. So it's not like 6-beat kick usually is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for every 2 strokes. 2-beat kick is 1, 2 for every 2 strokes. So it sounds just like what it is. It's something that Katie Ledecky swims whenever she's swimming the 1500. Anybody who's swimming a sprint, anything shorter than say a 500 or shorter, they're going to swim 6-beat. Anything longer, they're going to swim a 2-beat typically. And really good open water swimmers swim all 2-beat, but their turnover, so my strokes per minute are about 71, which is better than the 57 that I had in Estonia, but I wanted to be up near 80. The problem is as I hit that water, let me turn this way. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to do this. What you want to do is you want to do this. And you want to pull back like that. And it's really tough because it's a lot of muscles that I don't have. I've got them, but they're smaller than Ledecky's or anybody else's. And so I've been really trying to work on that and trying to work on that pull, that 2-beat kick. And we'll see because I have a race on Sunday. So Beth will shoot some video for me and I will make a video and talk about the results of that. So this will be a good check-in to see, okay, are these things working that I'm working on? And if they don't have any effect and I still swim just the same as I always do, then why am I killing myself, right? One thing about me racing though is I tend to stress myself out at the start. I go out too fast and I don't do well because of that. So I'm gonna have to really try to control my tempo going out. So anyway, that's my story. I know you're leaving for camp tomorrow. You guys have a great time. Tell everybody there I say proud to be an American, and we'll probably talk to you after camp. Peace.